Let's pay homage to the lineage guru. He's read
阿弥陀佛的
Amitabha Buddha,
那个种子日是阿弥陀佛的
sixth syllable, the same as Amitabha Buddha's sixth syllable.
阿摩罗尼朱恩蒂亚所哈 Om 阿摩罗尼朱恩蒂亚所哈，手上捧的是甘露瓶
Oh, Amaroni Tuandiya Soha. He's holding
无染
a nectar vase.
九来坏。谢谢虎头金刚。
Thank you to Tiger Head Vajra.
昨天晚上回去，
Last night when I got home,
这个昨天晚上回去，
when I got home last
昨
night,
天晚上做法会的时候，
when I was performing the ceremony prior,
走出来，
as I walked out from the house and walking to the Dhamma throne, I felt weak.
到了，所以把我走出来的那一段就删掉。
And then he saw that and he cut it off because I did not walk stably because he's in AV team now.
终于很快就结束了。
And luckily, when I got to the Dhamma throne, it ended
那
fast.
时候我有跟大家讲，
After I got off the Dhamma throne, I was telling everybody that my legs had some problems. As soon as I got home, wow,
洗好澡以后
after I showered,
半步都走不动。
I could not even move half a step.
那到了12点半了，
And it's 12:30 already
走出来吃点东西。
before I got out to have some food.
浴室里面喊了很多声，
I shouted many times in the shower
洗脸台那边也喊，
and also at the sink. I cried out several times and nobody heard. No one was around.
是叫得很凄惨。
Oh, I was so pitiful in crying out.
拖到
I could not even move a step, so I dragged myself to the kitchen. And when they saw my situation,
但是那个右脚的筋跟神经
it's due to the tendons and the nerves
一下，
in the right
一
leg.
下就痛。
It was inflamed. You could not move at all. It's painful.
那连续上师讲，
Master Lin Chi said, so strange.
你今年的新年好像也躺了
You were lying
5天，
on the sick bed during the New Year.
农历新年
For the Chinese New Year, you lied in bed for over 20 years in the hospital with 2 surgeries. And now celebrating birthday, you cannot even take a step.
连起。昨天你推我坐轮椅，
So
坐轮椅
yesterday, you pushed the
没
wheelchair.
办法推，
I could not even sit on it and could not
走一
even
步就叫一
push. Whenever I made a step, I cried out. It was so painful. If you have had that problem,
所以
inflamed nerves and tendons in my right leg.
你都看到了嘛？哦，
Did you see?
餐厅是完全都不能动，所以就只好推轮椅出来给师尊，推回去师尊的房间，好像师尊能早一点休息这样，所以是真的都。
I wheeled Grandmaster back to Grandmaster's room from the kitchen area. Master could not move at all. And I kept thinking of one thing. What can I do about the Homa tomorrow? I could not even move a step.
你连走去那里点火你都没办法。
If you cannot walk to the Homa fire altar to lit the fire, what can you do? So Lian Yi told me,
药可以止痛，
painkillers for you, but it will take 1 week before you recover. And I said, 1 week? No. How about the Homa tomorrow?
你没有一天就可以好的。
Is there something that can cure me in 1 day, 1 night?
我说没办法，一天就可以好，不可能。
He said, that's not possible.
要吃1个礼拜。
This medicine will take 1 week before your pain disappear.
昨天晚上到了1点半的时候啊。
So last night,
那个群师姐
at 1:30 a.m., Dharma Sister Qin and Dharma Sister Jia Jia,
连齐、连义师母，
Lian Qi, Lian Yi, and Simu,
我房间、衣橱间，还有浴室，还有
help me
外面的洗脸台，另外厕所所有的地板全部擦干净，
to wipe
怕我
clean
滑倒。
the floor, the cabinets, everything, because they were very afraid that I would slip.
走一步都痛。
It was so painful whenever I moved my
1
leg.
点半呢，半夜1点半还在
That's 1:30 a.m.
地板擦。
and they were sweeping, wiping my floor in my bedroom because they were afraid it would be too slippery.
没办法了，他说1个礼拜才。
So he said it would take 1 week. So I took the medicine and got on bed and slept. And in the middle of the night,
骨头金刚来了。
Tiger Head Vajra appeared.
那个老虎啊，
The
嘴巴咬一
tiger
条鱼，
had the fish in his mouth.
咬一条鱼，
Fish in the tiger's
要
mouth.
我吃下去。
And giving it to me to eat it. And I said, okay, okay.
就把那条鱼吃下去。
So I ate that fish. Huh?
哦，足甜呢，
It was very salty, very
咬一
salty.
口就很咸。
Even with just 1 bite, it was extremely salty.
吃下去，
And then they said, eat it. Okay, I just ate it.
就是虎头金刚，
That was Tiger Head
吃
Vajra.
下去了，
So I ate it.
一条咸鱼耶。我想一定是
A whole salted fish. It must have been sea fish. That's why it's very salty. After
从大概2点多嘛，
eating the fish from after 2, I slept till 9:20
9
a.m.
点20分
this morning.
醒过来，试试看脚。
When I woke up, I tested if I could move my leg, and I could.
虎头金刚的咸鱼厉害啊！
So the Tiger Head Vajra's salted fish was incredible, or was it the drug that Master Lian Yi gave
也
me?
有给我药，
He gave me another medicine this morning and in the afternoon and at lunch.
那只老虎是不是你变的？
Was the tiger you
哪
manifested?
里来？
Where did the salty fish came from?
鱼耶，很咸很咸，
That was really, really
都
salty.
是盐，都是盐巴。
It was like eating salt.
吃下去，
And I ate it.
终于可以来了。
And I made it here.
昨晚还不能走哎，
I could not even walk last night, not even half a step.
一移动就痛。
As soon as I moved my leg, it was very painful.
我说怎么办呢？
And I thought, oh, what should I do? Tomorrow is the Homa
奶奶
ceremony.
已经给人家收了报名费，
And the Rainbow Temple has accepted the fees for all the registrations
怎么办呢？
and primary supplicants. What can I do? And they wanted to play the happy birthday song. What happy?
真的，所以我想到，
Really,
原来是你是很辛苦。
made me think that Simu was really suffering. Is really suffering.
怎么做都不是，
Doesn't matter how she sits, does not feel right
做
to
得
her.
好好的啊，
You just sit on the chair, right?
不是他坐椅子啊，不行，
But for her, no.
加2层，
She needs padding underneath at the
椅
back,
子都绑着这样子。
and they're all on the chairs at home.
那这边
And why?
后面一层，
And two pads here, and pads at the back and underneath.
他一下子坐轮椅，一下子换椅子，一下子
And sometimes she sits on the wheelchair, sometimes on that chair,
高一点，
And how about at the back, at the bottom, higher, lower, left, right? She's uncomfortable no matter how she sits.
不舒服的时候是什么状况？
So finally, I can sympathize
来讲，
how much discomfort
拿一个金刚，
someone is. And I asked her,
爬不起来说摇一下金刚铃，
should I have a Vajra bell for you if when you cannot get up in the middle of the night, then you just ring the bell?
无法求救啊，
Like if something happens in the middle of the night,
梦中说话，
doesn't matter how loud I cry out, they just ignore and thinking I was talking in my
放
dreams.
在床边，摇
Maybe I should put a Vajra bell by the bed. And then when I ring the bell, someone can come and help.
我相信年纪是不会来的。
But I know Lian Qi will not come because when he sleeps, he's like
连椅也不会来，
thunderous, and Lian Yi will not either.
一个大雷公，一个小雷公，
There's one, the big thunder god. The other one is the small thunder god.
那师母也不能动啊，
And Simu cannot move, so who else would come?
看路不可以过
The caretaker
家的客厅这边到我这边来的，
is prohibited
不许过来，
to
也不能来。
cross the living room to my side,
家家，
so she would not be able to come.
师母没有命令，她也不能过来。
Jia Jia is Simu's niece. And without Simu's permission, she cannot walk to my place too.
大，
Waiting and die,
等死哎，
waiting to die.
一夜都没有醒。
But luckily, I did not wake up all
来
night.
救，
So the Tiger Head Vajra saved
普陀
me.
金刚很伟大，
The Tiger Head Vajra is truly magnificent.
他养一条咸鱼给我吃，好咸鱼给我吃，
The tiger did salted fish for me. So salted fish is actually divine fish.
这一下子咸鱼翻身，
And now I've turned over. It's like there's a saying, the salted fish turn over. Now I can move. I could not even lift my arms last
满
night,
头也痛哦。
or even turning my head.
什么叫落枕？落枕，
Do you know, like when you have what do you call that?
痛，
Like
痛得要死，
like when you sleep wrongly with
到
your
腰也是痛，
that would be very
不是膝盖，
painful, right?
膝盖好好。
So this is my waist, not my knees.
我出院的时候啊，是左脚痛，
When I got up from the hospital, my left leg was painful.
吃那个消炎片，
And then he gave me steroid and
但是好
inflammatory, and I got better today. But he said it will take a week or two. So I learned
教我瑜伽的
yoga,
自然好，你做这个瑜伽
and the one who taught me,
比较好。
of course, you do this, and then to pull the tendon, and you will be better with good intent.
脚要摆这样，
And place the two legs like this,
是 4，
and then you bend one leg to make the letter 4,
那就是4，
like the number 4, the number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
这个膝盖这
And
里，
then
然后到胸前，
you pull this knee to your chest,
哎
and then
到
you
最低下，
push yourself all the way down.
知道吗？
But
我今
when
年
doing it, pushing it,
81岁，
I'm 81 in Gregorian calendar and 82 in lunar calendar. I did not know. And I pulled it all the way.
然后啪，
And then,
我说，哎呀，完了，
and oh no, oh gosh. And the left leg is okay, but the right leg always has little
晚
pain.
上发作，
Until last night, that was really painful.
我以前也肩椎盘突出，
I had the misplaced spine,
做一做，肩椎盘本来突出，
and the doctors asked me to do certain postures, and it was protruding, but now it went back, recovered. The doctor said if you cannot
打了
get well
不要手，
after performing this yoga, then you need injections. If it's still not cured, then you have to have surgery.
很可怕。
But surgeries are truly scary.
我终于
I had 2 surgeries, and finally I
头
know.
不如血。
Huh?
我这只脚痛，
Too scary, terrible.
没有人可以帮忙。
With this leg pain,
昨天晚上
nobody could help.
再去
And I was thinking, should I go to the emergency?
睡一觉再说吧。
And let's just have one night's sleep. And Tigerhead Raja came,
吃一条生鱼。
ate a whole salted fish.
早上跟我讲，哎，
And this morning he said, when you got to the Rainbow Temple,
神连毅跟我讲，你做浮弟子，
when you perform the push-ups, don't do as many. I did not believe
生
him
鱼我就是要做30下。
because I've taken the divine fish, the celestial fish, the holy fish. So I would do 30 push-ups. And he said, okay, push-up is fine, but you should not climb the stairs. And I said, well, what can I do if I don't? So I did.
等一下我还要打拳呢。
I will perform the Raja fists
不可以啊，
later. No? You don't allow me?
他讲的
He said no.
可以。
That means yes.
你不晓得，
You don't know.
他的学啊，他的学问不得了。
Lin Yi is very educated. He can speak 7 languages.
挪威的语言
Norwegian,
乌克兰的语言，乌克
Ukrainian.
兰大学毕业，
He graduated from Ukraine University.
留学的
Russian,
乌克兰语， 挪威、英文、
English,
另外呢，广东话、
Cantonese,
话、
Malaysian, Malay,
中文，
Mandarin
另
Chinese,
外他还会懂得潮州话
and Teochew.
8种，还有呢，
Any more? 8.
客家话，
Hakkanese.
他懂得10种语言呢，
So he knows 10
学
languages.
过钢琴，
He's learned how to play the piano,
学过小提琴，
violin,
学过声乐，
and choir,
学过口笛、
and the
长
flute.
笛，很多种乐器他都懂。
So he knows
表演
all kind of music. So how come he don't perform?
有内涵的人，
He is very,
有内涵的人不表演，
he's very,
别人表演给他看。
he has a depth. So he only watch other people's performances, but he never performs. He's very cultured.
他很叛逆啊！我告诉你哦，
He's very rebellious, extremely rebellious. He does not do
到医
anything
学博士，医生也不做，
and got a PhD, and then he did not want to become a doctor and just wanted to become a monk.
你皈依的师傅，我告诉你，比你更叛逆。
But let me tell you, the guru that you take refuge in is even more rebellious. I would never listen to you.
我这个叛逆的人呢、从小叛逆，
I'm always very rebellious since little,
我就
very defiant. Since birth, my parents abandoned me and let my grandma take care of me. And then she died, and then my aunt took care of me until she got married, and I returned to home, to my parents'
在
home.
那个摩洛基，
You know how rebellious I
摩
was?
洛基叫做储草室。
I live in the
我高中的时候，
closet.
我去那个花莲打工啊，
When in high school, I went to Hualien to
电
work
瓶检验站呢、
in
在
the
那边打工。
electric meter
想说我要
testing station.
那小姐说我要嫁给你，
And there was a girlfriend that said, let's get married.
然后回到家里，
When I got home,
那个小姐写信给我，
she wrote a letter to me.
你要赶快来娶我。
You should marry me right away because my parents are asking me to marry a doctor from Taipei.
我说好，我去娶你，
And I said, sure,
发帮
I'll marry you.
把所有的
And my dad
把我一把火烧掉，
burned all the love letters, her love
在那个
letters,
衣橱间，
and locked me in the closet. You little brat,
人家
how can you marry someone?
衣橱间的人，
You're someone who sleeps in a
跟你住在衣
closet,
橱间，
and you dare to marry a girl to sleep together in the closet? I had no money at all on me.
我这个人很叛逆的，
I'm very defiant.
现在叛逆的小子居然当了师傅，
And that rebellious teenager now had become a guru.
所以叛逆也不是坏处。
So it's not necessarily bad to be defiant or rebellious
行事只要正直，
as long as your acts is upright and righteous.
这个别人修不到的， 你就修得到。
that you would attain what other people cannot.
年轻的时候不懂事，
As long as you're honest and principled.
纯纯
When I was young, I really did not
我们的心
know any better. Just pure love.
叫做纯纯的爱，
All in that book, The Eternal Life, The Eternal Star,
完全是纯纯的爱。
were all pure loves.
为什么？我有讲过，我知道我自己，
Why? Because I know I was not
所以纯纯的
capable.
爱，
So just pure love,
纯洁的爱，圣洁的爱，像
clean love, just like white paper, uncontaminated,
白白的。
all clean.
年轻是这个样子。
When I was young, I was like that.
我看到密教里面的话，
When I encountered the Tantric Dharma, there's this non-leaking practice
转移法
and the Sakya, 6 postures and transformation and non-leakage. Why don't you learn it? Of course,
好了，
I learned it.
躲在岩洞里面练功，
And I hid in a cave and practiced and practiced. And
练了5
I
年，
trained for 5 years.
后来终于练成了。
And eventually I attained fruition.
我才讲的。
That's why I
是
say
男人，
from a no man, not a man, then I became a man.
所以修法
I was not a man. Therefore, Dharma practices will allow attainments for you. It's
密
truth
教里面的法
It's
是
true
不是假的。
that the Dharma method
修
practices,
5年呢，
the practice methods in Tantric Buddhism is real, it's true,
大家看，
it's not
很
false.
难练呢。
And I wrote them all in my books. It's very difficult to practice. It's true. It's very difficult. But then you have to put in the effort and be diligent and then practice it until you have attainments.
练出来就成了。
And when you reach fruition, then you have succeeded.
难练，
It is extremely difficult, the non-leaking practice.
如肉金刚法是非常难练。
The Vajra non-leaking practice is extremely difficult to
那
do.
个条件是可以
Most men cannot do it, and they can only sustain a few months, but I did it for 5 years.
有秘法。
So Tantric Dharma is real.
当真的佛，
It's not
这
fake.
种波切，
You want to become a true living Buddha, a true Rinpoche, and you have to have such an attainment to be a Rinpoche, to be a living Buddha.
一定要有宝瓶。
You must have inner fire. You must have the treasure vase energy. You must
住
be able to perform the lifting practice, and you need to be able to hold it, to disperse
天
it.
啊，你终于
One day, eventually,
7轮都通了，
you open the 3 channels and the 7 chakras, and then you would emanate light. Then you would have split bodies.
这个肉身呢、可以丢掉，
Then you can throw away the physical body. All you have left is just light.
整个十法界
In all 10 Dharma
才叫
realms,
练成。
only that would be called attainment.
有学佛法，
So Buddhist practices is not just gathering knowledge, but the real practices.
就是加起来的，互相加起来。你要有
So all added together, you have to have his wisdom
修行的方法，
and also the convenient
你才能成
methods,
就。
skillful means together in order to have attainment.
你要修出你自己的光。
You have to practice and produce your own light, and to place your light in the universe, the cosmics, and to be in union with the
真正
cosmos.
的修行。
Only then that would be true spiritual cultivation.
所以呢，
Therefore, practicing treasure-based energy yoga, the inner fire, opening the channels, opening the chakras to emanate light, inner light,
就是寄生成佛。
and in the future you attain Buddhahood directly in this lifetime. Then you abandon the physical body and you only have light remaining.
不会六道轮回。
You will not be reincarnated in the 6 rebirth realms. This is key, the most crucial, most important.
为什么瑶池金母会化身为
Why Golden Mother emanated as Tiger Head Vajra? Because the blue-green dragon in the east and white tiger in the west. And in the south
朱雀玄武，
is the red sparrow, and then in the north is the black turtle.
瑶池
They were the 4 spiritual animals or beasts. Therefore, Golden Mother manifested as the tiger head Vajra.
我今天声音有点沙哑，
I have coarse voice today.
连毅给的药吃的。
That's because of the medicine that Lin Yi gave me. Yeah.
我们讲楞严经，
Now let's discuss the Surangama Sutra.
阿难又开始问释迦牟尼佛了。
Ananda asked Sakyamuni Buddha
牟尼
again.
佛，佛陀，
Sakyamuni
他
Buddha,
是佛所
the
讲
Buddha, as the Buddha has taught,
决心，
when one seeks to awaken the mind at the causal ground and aspires to attain permanence, it must correspond in name and nature to the Frisian ground.
涅盘真理，
Well, on that one, in the Frisian ground, there are Bodhi, Nirvana, through suchness, Buddha nature, Amala consciousness, the empty Tathagata Garbha, and the great perfect mirror wisdom. These 7 names, though different in terms, are pure and complete, with an essence, firm and solid, like the Vajra King, eternally abiding and indestructible.
暗众
If the seeing and hearing are apart from light and darkness, movement and stillness, openness and obstruction, they ultimately have no substance. They are like the thinking mind. Apart from its previous objects, it has never truly existed. How can then one take this ultimately severed and extinguished things as the cause of cultivation and expect the Tathagata's 7 eternal abiding fruits? But honored one,
维系推求，
if apart from light and darkness, seeing is ultimately empty and without previous
相随
objects,
因，求无上觉。
the self-nature of thought is extinguished, and then whether moving forward or backward in the cycle and examining it in the most subtle way, there is originally no mind of mine and no mental factors belonging to my mind.
还有
Then who is there to establish the cause and seek supreme awakening? Previously, Tathagata said that it is clear, pure, perfect, and eternal, but now it seems to go against your sincere words and would ultimately become mere idle theory. How can the Tathagata be the one who speaks true words? I am only pray that you extend compassion and open my ignorance. The Ananda was really dumb. But
什么因？
he had questions, so
什么因？
so it made sense that he asked. Sakyamuni Buddha said, there is a cause, there is an effect.
哪里有什么果？
But when the 5 fruits were extinguished, there are no cause. So how can there be fruits?
6根前面
Or the 6 roots are all extinguished. So there are no causes.
6根
And you need to make use of the 6 roots to cultivate. And you have said it
生
before
灭心呐、
that the 6 roots are arising and ceasing. And you have said that you cannot use the arising and ceasing mind to seek the non-arising and non-ceasing.
用
But
有生灭的心去
now you're saying that you should use the arising and ceasing mind to seek the fruition of the
你
Tathagata.
要求因跟果要互相相应。
So to have correspondence between ground and between cause and effect.
有因才有果。
If you have no cause, how can you have effect?
像那个果位里面呢，所谓的菩提涅槃，
So in the fruition ground, the so-called Puti, Nirvana, true Satsmas, Buddha nature, Amala consciousness, and empty Tathagata Garbha, and the great perfect mirror
虽
wisdom.
然不一样，
There are 7 names and different in terms, but they are all pure and
是
complete,
一样的。
and like the Vajra King, and eternally abiding and indestructible.
这是如来的
They're all the same. Those are the fruition ground of the Tathagata,
涅槃
bodhicitta,
真理
nirvana path,
佛性
the through suchness, Buddha nature,
安摩罗氏，就是真如是，
amala consciousness,
如来
which is the consciousness of the true suchness,
智慧
the Tathagata Garbha,
法界体性，
and the
所以说
great perfect mirror
不一
wisdom.
样，其实是
Although they have different names, but they're actually all the same,
一样，体性一样，
pure and
像
complete.
金刚王
The essence is the same, like the Vajra King, and eternally abiding and indestructible.
现在听你讲，要离开明暗，就是眼根，动
So now,
耳根
I'm telling you,
风
you need to abandon seeing and hearing from
要离开这些，
light and darkness, movement and stillness, openness and obstruction, etc., etc. Then you have no more
眼耳鼻舌
body,
都没有了。
no more physical body when you have no more 6 roots. And Ananda said,
念心，你想念的心呢、
like the thinking mind,
犹如念心离前尘，离开了娑婆世界，
and if you are apart from the Saha world, there are no more
也没
thoughts,
有地方。
and there are no place.
什么叫做心所？
What is the mind? What is the mind dwelling? None of them exists. Spoken by Ananda. If you think about it, that's true too. Everything is non-existent.
这样子怎么将这个
So how can
以生死的修，以眼耳鼻舌身意来修行？
you cultivate using the 6
哪里能
roots?
够修因呢、因就没有了。
How can you practice the cause? There
要获取
are no
如来
causes.
七常住果，就如来的
And
果位
how can you expect to attain the Tathagata's 7 eternal abiding fruits, fruitions?
光明黑暗，
So Sakyamuni Buddha,
都是空的，
if apart from light and darkness, seeing is ultimately
根本
empty.
没有东西可以看。
Without any dust, there is nothing to
佛
see.
性也当然没有啊，
And of course, your Buddha nature is also non-existent.
维系推求
Moving forward or backward in the cycle,
我所，我
examining in the most subtle way, there is no mind.
心在哪里也不在了。
The mind is non-existent. Thoughts are also non-existent.
求无上觉，
When you have,
作因，
then what should we use as the cause to seek the
常常讲啊，
fruition of the Tathagata.
这个是圆妙
The
的
Tathagata often said that it is clear, pure, perfect, and
离
eternal.
开了你的正常，你离开了你的
But
圆，
if you separate yourself from your
讲笑话吗？这是
pure
笑话吗？
purity,
如来真
perfection, and
释迦
eternality
牟尼佛讲的正实语呢？
would ultimately become idle, mere idle theory. You're just telling
是
jokes.
这一点，
So how can the Tathagata be the one who speaks true words? So why don't you just shower your compassion and
是这样子讲。
let me understand it clearly? That's what Ananda said. If you think about it, it is right
没有
too.
因哪里来的果？
Because when there is a cause, there is an effect. When there is no cause, how can there be an effect?
这一段这么长，
This piece is extremely
释迦
long.
牟尼佛的话，
So Ananda, who told Sakyamuni Buddha in my simple words,
很简单啊，你没有感觉，
very simple. If you have no sensations, what are you practicing?
我们坐在这里，心里所想是什么？
We are seated here, and what do you have in your mind? We want to become a Buddha.
我第一次去见李炳南居士，
The first time I met the lay Buddhist sleeping
说
nun,
我想成佛，
why do you want to study Buddhism? I want to become a Buddha. And he did not say
有
anything.
所想，
So that's the thought in your mind. So you have the
无
mind
心学什么？
to practice
都
Buddhism.
没有了，你还学什么？
If you have no more mind, what are you studying? What are you practicing?
心在哪里？
Where is the mind?
到心呢？
You cannot find the mind.
二祖对达摩祖师讲，
The second patriarch told Bodhidharma, my mind is afflicted. And Bodhidharma said, where's your
不
mind?
到我的心。
But I cannot find
我
it.
想说对了，
And Bodhidharma said, that's right.
找
You have
到
found the
到
mind.
心
So when you cannot find your mind, that's finding the
在
mind.
哪里？
Where is the
这
mind?
个心脏的心呢？
It's not this organ, the heart,
这个意识
and it's not the brain or the consciousness inside the brain,
大家还是想不出来。
and you still cannot think of it.
请大家不要想，
So I recommend you don't think about it, just go eat. Go
阿
home
难尊者讲
and
的
eat.
话，释迦牟尼佛
So what Ananda
把
said,
解答的话，
if Sakyamuni
那
Buddha
我们今天就
cannot
如
explain,
果不用再烧
then this is the
不
end.
用同修，不用修法，
There's no need for homas, for ceremonies, for group practices, for spiritual
来
cultivation.
解释清楚，
So he would explain
下回再讲。
for next time. Next time.
很好玩的哦。
This is a lot of fun. Buddha Dharma is a lot of fun.
这个小学生作文，
This is the
爸爸好像跟
article in elementary school
饭
student.
也看手
My dad is married to the cell phone.
机，
Uh,
甚至于上
he's looking at the smartphone while eating, walking, defecating.
他有
And when I
是听不到。
called him Dad,
昨天我
9 times he did not hear. So I hit his cell phone,
我问
and he was so anxious and panicky.
他手机一直掉，
So I asked him, if the cell phone and I fall to the water, whom would you save?
走过来紧紧
He was silent for a while,
中
and he hugged me for 1 minute and then looked for the cell phone again. But I have won for that 1 minute.
这个虽然爸爸的世界被手机填满，
Although
他把他心
the dad's world is filled with the cell phone,
留给那温暖的1分钟。
but he always has the 1 minute of warmth in his heart.
这个作文做的，
That's a good article.
家人注意了，
So pay attention. Modern day people, everyone play with their smartphones.
看手机可以，
Let me tell you, it's okay to play with your phone, but please don't be addicted to it.
你只跟手机
That's the key point.
那就完了。
So if you are only married to your smartphone, then you'll be dead. Don't be too absorbed by it.
你看这几年
Absorbed
干
in
掉了
it.
谁？
So this few
你
years,
已经把电视机
the smartphone had killed the televisions.
手机也把手表
The
干掉了，
smartphones killed the watches.
手机呢也把
The
照相机干掉了，
smartphones killed all the
把
cameras.
手电筒干掉了，
The smartphones killed all the
手机也把
flashlights.
报纸给它干掉了，
And smartphones killed all the newspapers.
干掉了，
And also killed the games, the video games.
挂历全部干掉了，
And also killed all the calendars.
会把谁干掉呢？
And in the future,
我告诉你，
whom would they kill?
总有一天会把你的眼睛
Eventually,
谁干掉，
they would also kill your eyes and your spines
还要把你的家
and
婚姻
and your
掉，
marriage and family and your future generations, all of them.
赶快去看手机压压惊。
Oh, that's so scary. So let's play with the phone to comfort myself.
我们不要活了，
So we don't need to live
世界的人都不要活了。
anymore. Everybody in the world will not live, only Grandma Sulu.
我有手机，
I do have a smartphone, but with one charge, it lasts the whole year
从来没有打开过，
because I never turn it on.
有打开过。
Yeah, sometimes
那点点点，
just making a phone call to someone. That's it.
这个家里不干净，大
So
家都碰到，他就
it's unclean at home.
不太好，血液不行，
You know, you have encountered that
不管家里
your body is not well and your career is not going well. So that must be something unclean at home. And you invited the Taoist master to exorcise the ghosts. So, master,
就裂开
are there ghosts in the house?
断了，
When I climbed the stairs, it split. And then the chairs broke. And last night when I got on the bed also fell.
来赶你家的鬼，
And the Taoist master said, no,
我是
I'm not chasing away the ghosts from your house,
剪掉，
but I want to cut away
捡回来。
your flesh because it's time for you to go on diet, to lose some weight.
这个送外卖的来了，
The delivery,
外卖的夫人
food delivery
真
deliverer was a woman.
好，我是刚刚
Hey, bro. I'm the one.
刚你点外卖的才对吧？
You just made some order for delivery?
哦，这个是谁讲的话？
Take out.
这
The
个
woman,
点外卖的是女生，
the woman made an order for takeout.
怎么了？是食物有问题？
Yeah. What's the problem? Any problem with the food?
哇，这个笑话有问题，
This joke is problematic.
不是食物有问题。他说不是，看你们
No.
有点喜欢。
You're so handsome. I like you.
这样讲的，你快别喜欢了，你在
So don't like him.
骑所群很出名。
You're famous in our group chat.
这个你是讲，你一天要叫6、7次外卖， 怎么能吃？
You call 6 or 7 times takeouts a day.
还不够养你的。哇，这我都看。
I don't understand.
应该过2天再回。抱歉，刚看到已经过了2天了。
2 days later, oh sorry, I just saw the message.
我再还你。你会再等。
Can you loan me $10,000 and 2 days later I'll repay you?
哎，这个是有道理的哦。
And
来跟人家借钱，兄弟借我1万块。
brother, can you loan me $10,000? I'll pay you in 2 days.
对方回答：你可以
And
等
they
2
said,
天。
can you wait 2 days and then you just pay with your own money? Just use your own money.
哎，
That makes sense.
就像以前那个孙悟空跟唐三藏借钱，
Like when Monkey
你
King
借给我一点钱
borrowed money from his guru.
啊，
Can you loan me some money?
我商量。
And then the monk said, okay, let me discuss it with my wife. And the Monkey King said,
家人
but you're a monk.
会有老婆，
How can you have a
没
wife?
得商量。
So that's why there's no. The answer is no. Because there's no wife.
专家讲，牛奶会让人家强壮，但是你
Milk can make you strong, but after drinking 5 glasses,
你若是喝下
can you move the walls? But if you drink 5 glasses of liquor, you don't need to push any walls. The walls will get away.
拜佛的时候要用供水的杯子，
When you pray to the Buddhas,
杯
you need to use ceramic cups for water offering. Why?
拜佛用供水的杯子，一定要用瓷器做的杯。
When you make offering of water, you need to use ceramic
释迦牟尼佛这样子讲，
cup. Sakyamuni Buddha says.
因为啊，
Why?
火瓷杯，
Oh, that's a play of words in Chinese.
我们不能拉长生命的长度，
We cannot extend our
生
lifespan,
命的宽度。
but we can widen
这是
our
是
lives.
的，
That's so
意
meaningful.
思就是讲，
And what
虽
it
然我
means
们
is,
无法再长高了，
although we cannot
但是
grow
我们
tall,
可以继续上涨。
but we can grow heavier or wider.
这是慧君的笑话。
That's Hui Jun's joke.
他在讲莲罗，
And she said, Lian Luo.
我告诉大家啊，人生是很有意思的。
Let me tell you, life is very
路都
interesting.
不能走，
I could not even move a step
今天
last
要
night.
走更长的路，
And today I will walk even further,
对不对？
right?
不要泄气。医生叫
So you should not
可
lose.
以，
The doctors told me you
跟
cannot
我摇头。
you cannot perform the
要
Vajrafist.
打2次钱。
So I will pray twice.
打2次，稍微久一点，
Okay, just a little bit longer.
对不对？我们来这里听法的，都是叛逆的啦。
So you come here to listen to this Dharma teaching means you're quite defiant and
我
rebellious.
们这样子，我们偏偏会这样子。
When the mundanity asks me to do that, well, we want to go against that. We want to practice Buddhism.
我们哪里不叛逆？
So isn't that
好好的是
rebellious?
很好吗？什么
Wouldn't that be nice to just live your life? Then you have to stop smoking, drinking, lying, stealing.
但是有尺度，
You don't need to stop yourself, but it has to be
对不对？
in moderation. It cannot be in an
就
extreme.
是这样子讲
Confucius also says,
啊。我不是讲食色性也啊，
no, no, no.
他是说孔子是这样子讲，
Confucius says, everything is fine,
什么都可以，但是要有尺度，
but there should be moderation.
所欲而不欲，
So
不欲界。
you can follow your heart's desire, but you don't go overboard.
你可以随心所欲，你要什么要什么都可以。
So you can fulfill your wishes, but you need to know
每年有供
when,
养，
how
你一
much,
定要收。
how
收你
much.
们会哭啊！
Like if you give me offerings, I have to accept
我
them.
不收
If I
你的，
don't, you
就
cry.
是一定
Oh,
太少
Grandmaster,
哦。
there must be something wrong with me. I must have some disasters coming. Or maybe Grandmaster doesn't like it.
供养我一定要收，
Or maybe too little.
收了我
So I have to accept whatever. And then after accepting it,
都包厚一点，
I would pray, okay, make it bigger next time.
对不对？
Right?
对不对？信不信？
Right?
大家一起爽。
So this way everybody is happy.
就是说啊，我们这些叛逆的来学佛啊，
So to have this rebellion,
对不对？
rebels to practice Buddhism, we're very
最
happy.
后会终于觉得，哎呀，
And the non-Buddhists are not happy because they eventually will find out that everything is empty, and we know that all long ago. We already know that long ago.
我们才是
Everything turns out empty.
我们比他
We are the only genuine ones, right? We are smarter than they
的
are.
哦。那个学佛了，现在还在
So
厕所里面蹲的，
the,
不学佛的啦。
the non-Buddhists are still crouching in the toilet.
我们早就都知道什么都是空的，
We knew long ago that everything is empty, so there's nothing to haggle about.
告诉大家，
Nothing is a
年
big
龄
deal.
不是问题，
Everything is equal. Age is not the problem. Let me
年
tell
龄不是
you,
问题，要看你的心呐、
it depends on your heart.
我们心永远都像小孩子一样啊，
We are always like
每
children,
天很快乐就好了。
very happy every day.
哎，人生没有什么多少快乐可以
Because there's not much happiness in human life.
活的。
If you can be happy every day, then your life is really
不要有
meaningful.
太多的烦恼，
Don't have too many worries and afflictions.
真的不要有太多，把烦恼也看成快乐。
Just treat your afflictions as happiness.
一个老先生啊，体能状况很
An
差，
old man had a poor and weak body and asked the
美女
personal trainer,
使用哪一部机器？
I want to attract a young, beautiful lady. Which machine should I use?
用外面的机器
And then he said, none of this will work. Why don't you just use the ATM machine? That would be faster.
我告诉你呀、 你如果想快乐，想
Let me tell you, if you want to be happy, you want to get rich, you want
告
to,
诉你，回去睡觉就有了。
let me tell you, just go home and sleep, then you would have them all. Someone shouted powerful just now.
你看师尊晚上睡觉，
Look at Grandmaster. I slept at night and ate the salted fish.
有抛啊，
And then I gained power. Powerful, powerful, powerful.
释迦牟尼佛，你们要留下来，下一次听，
So,
才可以得到答案。
so you have to stay and listen to the next discourse to get the answer from Sakyamuni Buddha. Om Mani Padme Hum.